ladies and gentlemen, this is the co-featured bout of the evening. Brought to you by Golden Boy Promotions. Sponsored by Corona Extra, La Cerveza Más Fina. Casamigas Tequila. Brought to you by those who drink it. Metro PCS, wireless for all. And Foxwoods Resort Casino. Play tables like never before. Introducing your three judges scoring this contest ringside, Tony Paolillo, Waleska Prodan, and Don Trello. And at the sound of the bell, your third man in the ring, Ricky Gonzalez. And now, ladies and gentlemen, 10 rounds of boxing scheduled in the super welterweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, he wears white with red trim. Official weight, 148.5 pounds. His professional record, a perfect one. 11 fights, 11 victories, 7 of them coming by way of knockout. From the Pine Hills neighborhood of Orlando, Florida, King Daquan Arnett. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the blue corner. He wears white and red. He weighed in at a ready 147.25 pounds. His professional record, also a perfect one. 15 fights, 15 victories, 10 of them coming by way of knockout. From the Bronx, New York, El Niño de Honduras, Eddie Ivo Gomez.
Clear out the ring, clear out the ring. All right, gentlemen, you received the instructions in the dressing room. I expect a good, clean fight. Protect yourself at all times. Obey my commands at all times. Touch him up.
All right, and with that, we're set to go in what should be a very entertaining fight. Both fighters said they're not gonna have to look for me. I'm gonna be right there. So somebody's gonna have to take a backward step.
Just have the making, Paulie, of one of those, you can feel it. You know what I mean? One of those fights where you know they're both evenly matched, they're undefeated. Nobody wants to lose when you're undefeated. And I mean, this is exciting, man, to be here in this fight.
You know, I do want to ask you, Paulie, you heard the cheers for Gomez. He's a Brooklyn guy. You've gone through that. I mean, can you really feel that? Does it really get you going?
Well, Eddie's a Bronx guy, but, you know, it's 5 boroughs, New York City.
Starts with a B.
Yeah, exactly. You get that charge fighting here. You know, it's nothing new for him to fight here in the Barclays Center. He's fought here before, but now you get the national TV stage. You get probably on paper your best opponent. I mean, both of these guys are looked at as prospects to watch, and they end up fighting each other so early in their careers. So there's a lot of emotion and a lot of electric charge probably going through both of their bodies right now.
And they know each other. I mean, amateurs, right? I mean, they might have won a couple of rounds in the amateurs, but, you know, of course, it's the pros. So they do know each other, Paulie. It's not like they, you know, haven't seen each other coming up in the ranks.
Yeah, Eddie beat Daquan in the amateurs, but it was a long time ago. And,
he was 11 years old.
Exactly. So, you know, a lot of that really doesn't matter once you turn pro. See, Arnett actually trying to establish a distance, looking to set the jab up, while Gomez stalks him. You know, Eddie known as the bigger puncher, but he can box. Daquan, not a bad puncher himself, but he's definitely got that sharpshooting mentality.
Showed a quick right hand right there. He missed with it, but got to punch down against a guy like Gomez, and that's not always an easy thing.
And one thing you got to credit the promoters and even the managers and the handlers of both fighters. I mean, very often you see 2 undefeated fighters early in this stage go against each other.
You know, and I gotta say, and I'm not being a homer here, that's Golden Boy. They match their fighters tough, and I like that.
Yeah, you kind of make them earn their way to the top, and that's actually better in a lot of ways, because once you earn your way to the top, you get there and you're not overmatched or anything. You feel like you belong there. The winner of this fight will certainly feel like he's earned his way to the top.
Absolutely. And you know, it's another one of those fights where the loser, certainly somebody's going to have 1 loss in their record, but it's not one of those crippling kinds of losses.
It's not the end of the world, Paulie. It's not the end of the world.
Especially if it turns out to be a good fight.
Right. First round's been a jab contest.
And I expected that. I expected two guys to come out, you know, that understand that both of them are sharp, both of them are really advanced and experienced. Look, good counter jab, you know, but this is what you expect the first couple of rounds until they really know that somebody got to take the lead.
Hard for me to believe that Gomez has a 2-inch reach advantage when he just looks the two of them in there.
Eddie got a smirk on his face, but sometimes that is giving a sign that, wait a minute, this guy is tricky, more tricky than I thought, you know?
First round, I would have to say Arnett is kind of controlling tempo, but largely a feeling out round.
How do you judge this round?
I'm going to give it to Arnett. Working from the So we come to round two. Arnett in the white and red trunks, and Gomez very similar trunks, but sparkly and red.
So that first round, Arnett tried to establish distance or establish the jab and kept that sharpshooter mentality. It seemed like Gomez, who has a lot, like I said earlier, has a lot of belief in his power, kind of slept on Arnett's boxing ability a bit, you know? And it was a close round, but Gomez is a better boxer than what he showed in the first round. You'd like to see him start to think his way through things and try to set up Arnett, because Arnett is a slickster, and he's not going to be that easy to hit with that firepower Eddie has.
Jab, right hand that time by Arnett.
And I heard Arnett corner to Arnett to throw a check hook when Gomez bend down like that. Throw a check hook when he do that. But instead, Gomez threw a wide hook.
A good left hook. Arnett said it doesn't hurt. That's usually a sign that it does. And he scored with it 3 times now. And Arnett against the ropes takes a good right hand. And that clearly got his attention.
This is where Gomez is dangerous. This is where Arnett does not want to be. Arnett is a very good fighter on the outside. He wants to keep it. The slower the pace of this fight, the more of a thinking man's fight it is, the better it is for Arnett. Once the pace speeds up like this, it's not good for Arnett, even if he lands a couple of shots there.
And really finding a home for hooks with both hands here.
You're going to give Gomez a chance to tee off, and with that kind of power and that kind of speed, you don't want that.
Gomez working the body as well, downstairs and then upstairs. This is not where Arnett wants to be, as you pointed out.
But Arnett trying to get his shots in between the big punches by Gomez.
And you see now some smiling back from Arnett's side now.
Crowd takes up a chant, Eddie, Eddie.
We went from feeling out round in round 1 to now both guys starting to open up here. These are 2 young guys. They're all, you know, you think of the smirking, oh, they're too arrogant. You know, they're also having a good time in there. You know, they're 2 21-year-old guys who are on a world-class level. They're having a good time in there.
Yeah, I mean, this is a real pivotal fight for both these guys.
But somebody got to get serious to be able to take control of this fight from here on, because this is an important fight for 2 undefeated fighters, and who wins go forward, and who don't stay still for a second.
Right. And tried that counter left hand, didn't do much.
And you know, Eddie, in the last couple of fights, I watched him, he gets wide sometimes, he gets 2 inches, and let's see if Arnett can actually make him pay, miss. Make a guy miss, you make him pay. That's what we are taught.
And that's the thing about Gomez. He'll go from kind of lulling you to sleep, and then he'll just pounce. You got to always be on high alert.
So we come to the end of the second round, and I thought a much more effective round for Eddie Gomez.
Here's Eddie Gomez with the right hook, right on the jaw.
And again, it was because Arnett was on the ropes. That's where Arnett does not want to be. You give him Gomez a chance to open up with that explosive offense.
In Arnett's corner, though, they're encouraging him to counter, look to counter, be a little bit more patient. And they're very aware of the crowd being in Gomez's corner, too. They keep talking about that.
And that was good advice. I mean, that was something that I watched and I seen earlier, and I'm glad, you know, that they corner knowledgeable enough to point it out to him.
You saw Daquan's father telling telling him you got to make Eddie feel something. But oh, there's a good shot.
Very nice.
And you got to do it in an intelligent way, just like that. So you got to still set up the power because Gomez is the one with the more firepower. But Arnett's ability can still pull him through here if he stays smart.
Arnett is a sharper. He's a sharper, crisp fighter between these two. And let's see if that be effective. And then Gomez start launching left hooks and right hands from a distance, and that's when Arnett will take advantage of it.
The fight so far has been pretty much as advertised. Very competitive.
And when there's distance,
good body shots, sorry.
Yeah, and the good body shots there by Gomez. When he gets close, he's got the advantage. When Arnett can create some distance and maintain that distance, he seems to have the advantage. So the fight is really about real estate a lot of times.
Well, tonight's Combi Box Stats brought to you by THRUDownFantasy.com. Draft fighters, track stats, and win. You see the numbers. Gomez in the second round, landing 12 punches to Arnett's 7. We're now in round 3 of this 10-round fight, and a very close round.
Arnett threw one right hand. It was a good right hand. Didn't throw anything behind that, so he only got one out of that. He could have got 2 if he put the left hand behind that right hand.
What it is, though, he's also got to be careful to make sure he leaves the pocket in time. Right now, Gomez is still so lively. I think Arnett is not confident enough to kind of stay in there and let go of more offense.
Afraid of being countered.
Yeah, because Gomez still does have speed. I mean, Arnett seems to be the slightly faster guy with a nice sharp counter right hand there. But Gomez has a lot of speed of his own, so you still can't sleep on him.
Yeah, Arnett picking his shots here in this third round, but doing so very effectively.
You know, Arnett throwing that right hand because he see that Gomez keeping the left hand down at his waist.
Good uppercut.
And he's timing it very, very well.
Right hand by Gomez, and the left hand a little bit short.
You'd like to see Gomez cut the ring down right there instead of chasing him. He could have trapped Arnett there.
Really good right hand, straight right hand that time. He gets Arnett against the ropes, hits him with a pretty good left hand. Coming to the end of the third round, and a very close round.
And he came out with the left hand. And from in close, that's where Gomez wants to be. That's where he's had his most effective work. When he's on the outside, it's been Arnett controlling it, even if Gomez has tried to use his own jab.
When Gomez starts throwing that right hand, I believe he's going to get a lot of results from that, but he's holding it back for some reason. He has to throw that double jab, up and down, body, head, and then sneak that right hand in, and I believe he'll be effective. But until then, he's going to get countered by Arnett.
And there's that double jab you just asked for, X. Like it'll keep, you know, what the jab does here with 2 slickers, it'll keep one guy busy. You know what I mean? If you can keep that jab out there and keep mixing it up, the timing, it'll keep one guy busy. And when both guys use that jab effectively, they kind of stunt the other guy's offense, and the guys kind of got to reset and start over.
I think that third round was a very pivotal round in this fight. Could have been seen either way, and I think should this go to the scorecards, that's going to be a round you're going to want to look back on.
Both of these guys are really good fighters. I mean, thus far, you've seen some real skill shown from both guys.
Eddie Gomez is showing some adjustments. You see him on his toes, Paulie, for, you know, right now. He's been on his toes. Maybe you see that he can see a better range. Maybe the distance, he's trying to sneak up with his feet. But now he's throwing some combinations, and Arnett just threw a nice overhand right, didn't hit.
Well, he's trying to probably mix up the rhythm so that Arnett doesn't get so comfortable on the outside. Still needs to find his way inside a little bit smoother. Sometimes he tends to lunge in right there.
And
Gomez
not
is
working
doing
behind the jab at all.
Gomez is doing
There's a double jab. So we mentioned this earlier, but Gomez going to try to change up, give it a different look all the time. There was a chopping right hand by Arnett.
Arnett is making it. Listen, Arnett is throwing that jab. He's staying at the same pace. like Gomez. Gomez started boxing a little bit, started getting a little bit of movement, and that's why I said earlier he seemed to see more, to make more adjustments right now. That was a good three-punch combination, ended with the left hand to the body.
That's because Arnett threw those punches and didn't get out. Arnett's got to step around when he gets with those punches off. Staying in the pocket with Gomez is not where he wants to be. He sharpshoots on the outside. He's got to get back on the outside.
We come to the end of round 4 and another very close round between Arnett and Gomez. End of 4, scheduled for 10. We're coming back.
When you have that world-class skill, you just want the opportunity to show people, and this will be his chance to show people tonight.
This is round 5. 3 shots to the body and a left to the head to start things by Gomez.
Gomez is coming out very aggressive, throwing 2 3-punch combinations, tripling up on a jab.
Good right hand by Gomez.
Good chin by Arnett.
He seemed to have his rhythm. His team, Gomez, he's got his rhythm. He got the little bounce, he got the little combinations.
Both guys have a lot of speed, and both guys have the ability to be creative if they can think their way through.
Tried a little peekaboo there, and Arnett hit him with 2 jabs right between the gloves.
Arnett is looking to counter, so he's waiting. Gomez is looking to take the lead, and that's why Gomez, other than that straight right hand, is leading as far as getting off first.
Both guys are so fast, both on the offense and defense, that a lot of times the offense has to be initiated with throwaway punches. That double jab right hand Gomez landed, the first 2 jabs were just flicks. They weren't even really punches, but they were throwaway punches to kind of get Arnett's hands closed up so that he could throw the right hand on top. A lot of what Arnett does is also the same thing. He starts out with a throwaway punch and then comes out with the follow-up.
These two are talking to each other a lot in there, too.
And that's what I mean about being 2 young guys having a good time.
Absolutely. I'll tell you, these guys, much more... It appears that they're much more experienced than they are. Only 24 combined fights.
A lot of ability. Both were good amateurs. Body shot there by Gomez.
Watch. Guys, watch.
Running for headbutts, although I didn't really see one.
Good sharp right hand.
Well, there was one right there.
Gomez is throwing some respectful body shots. I mean, they right hand, right hook. I mean, very often you see a fighter throw a right hook coming from an orthodox position.
And he threw it over the top, and then he got underneath the Arnett left hook. So again, cognizant of the counters and cognizant of the speed Arnett can have on his counters.
Yeah, using that peekaboo defense quite a lot.
And Arnett here, when Gomez gives him that peekaboo defense, pop that jab between it. That's what he's doing. That's what he should do. And now from there, he can set up. See? Kind of broke that rhythm. Gomez had that peekaboo. Jab at it, keep him busy, and then set something up from there.
Stop. Guys, come here. Time. The next time you hit by in the head, I'm going to take a point away. Got it?
Good call, because it's starting to get a little, getting a little push and shove. We here to fight. So
Referee is Richie Gonzalez. That was short. Gomez got much the best of all of that at the end of this round. We come to the end of round 5, and there's still not much to choose between these two.
At the end of the last round, Gomez did some good work, both at the bottom to the body, and also he had some good shots up top, which we didn't see in that replay. Daquan Arnett has to keep the fight on the outside. He has to keep some distance between him and Gomez. At the end of that round, you saw something in Arnett where he got a little bit emotional. Gomez landed some shots. Arnett wanted to retaliate and fight back. But his best way to fight back is to be smart and fight on the outside. If you stay in close with Gomez, he's going to have that firepower, and he has the speed to beat you to the punch from close range, because he's got the shorter arms.
And in my opinion, that won the round for him, that little flurry at the end of the round.
But I see a little different. I see that Arnett has some positive results when Gomez throw wide punches close, where Garnett sneaks those little shots in between those big punches, because to me he's quicker and he's more sharper in the pocket.
Good right hand again by Gomez from long range.
Right here is where Arnett needs to be busy with the jab. Right here is where Arnett needs to dictate the real estate, dictate the pace. Because if he doesn't, Gomez will start to work his way in. Gomez talking to him now, but you know what Arnett should be doing? Just pop the jab at him.
Yeah, Gomez saying, hit the body.
Yeah, well, he's trying to treat him like a sparring partner by working him, but you know what? He's just trying to get in his mind. Arnett should just stay busy and use that jab. Don't even let any of this bother him. Gomez is doing the right thing, though. Hey, man, if you feel like you're in control, make the other guy feel like you're in control.
Well, one thing for sure, if they give points for talking, then we got a problem. But you got to use your skills. You got to throw punches to get points and to win the fight.
Right there.
See, and there again, 2 punches scored by Gomez, 3 punches thrown, 2 punches thrown by Arnett, did not get there.
He's got to make Gomez earn the real estate inside. Gomez is starting to work his way inside without having to earn it. Arnett needs to use those check left hooks that were discussed earlier when Gomez tries to lean in and fall in.
This definitely is an even matchup. 2 undefeated fighters, both for give and taking, using a defense, offense, showing some really experience in their skills.
Yeah, I don't think the loser of this fight goes backwards very much, X. You know, I think both these guys have shown some world-class talent regardless. I think Gomez is ahead here, but Arnett has shown himself to be a high-level fighter as well. And let's see, Zoe got time to turn it around here.
Again, Gomez 3-punch combination. Nothing really serious, but he's getting there more than Arnett.
Both throwing jabs, giving and taking, Barry. Well, Arnett seems to be taking some punches. Maybe Garnett is not hitting Arnett as hard for him to respect it.
We welcome you back to the Barclays Center, a super night of boxing on Super Bowl week here in the city of New York. That comes on Sunday, but there's a lot of business to be done before that, and we're getting a little bit done right here. 2 young guys, one 11-0, one is 13-0, and Gomez, right now, at least on my card, rather comfortably in front. I think he's starting to dictate the tempo of this fight.
Both guys have the ability to turn things around even if behind. Arnett, even in my opinion, is behind in this fight, but he has the talent, the speed. Now we got to see if he has the wherewithal to think his way through these last rounds and try to take them, because he's not hopelessly behind. So he still has a chance to kind of think his way through and start taking the rounds if he can figure out a way to slow Gomez's momentum down.
Gomez seemed to be stronger, seemed to have more fire in his punches, throwing more combinations and dictating the fight and how it goes. You see the double jab. Arnett just looked at him, tried to counter, but didn't counter.
There you see the punches through 5 rounds, and Gomez connecting both more frequently and at a higher percentage. I think that's been the problem for Arnett. He looks to counter, but when he does counter, he doesn't get there.
And he's got to be more consistent. Just got to, you know, a lot of times Gomez is kind of in there patiently waiting. That's when Arnett has to touch him up with the jab, touch him anywhere, just to break his rhythm.
Whoa.
And right there, he threw a jab. Maybe you want to follow it up with a touch, check left hook right after, or a right hand. He does it at times. He doesn't do it enough, though.
But he admires his work. He sees, you know, he throws a good jab, he looks, and he waits, just like now, just a good shot. That was a body shot.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
And I think he's still feeling it.
That might be a game changer. He got a hit to the body.
He's got to get Gomez's attention here with something. He's got to clinch. He's got to counter.
Good right hand and another one, and Arnett does not have a lot left. And there's a long way to go here in the 7th round.
Good catch and shoot there, but Gomez getting busy. Gomez senses it.
Right hand again, drives Arnett into the ropes.
Let's see if Gomez burned himself out, because he just took a left hand just now.
Arnett trying to catch and shoot. He's got to protect himself, though, because he's the one that's hurt. Gomez senses he's hurt, and he's going for the finish.
And I think he still is hurt.
Like to see some uppercuts in there by Gomez. I like how what Arnett's doing. He's trying to catch and shoot in between. He knows Gomez is going to open up wide, looking for the KO.
But had Gomez slowed up now, oh, big right hook.
Good right hand right there by Gomez.
Saw the blood fly off of Arnett there with that shot.
Gomez is talking to him now. He feels very confident.
Huge round for Gomez.
You know what? You got to get Daquan. You got to move your hands, okay? Yeah, all right, man. Got my... Yeah.
Listen. He's ready to stop. I'm off the fight. You want this shit? You can't let him stand in front of you. You can't stand in front of him.
You got to move your goddamn hands.
You got gotta move your hand. You can't stand in front of him with your hands.
He's staying right.
This is a 10 round. I thought it was 8 round. This is 10
Here you see the right hook. The right hook started everything. That another right hook did a left hook to the body. That was the punch.
And also watch Gomez come around. See? Step aside. The step around set it off. You see how he started with the right hand, went underneath the counter shot by Arnett, and the change of the angle, restarted his offense from there and got the knockdown.
Beautiful combination, putting himself in position to throw another punch.
Exactly. That's high-level boxing.
This is the 8th round, and this is a huge round for Arnett to get himself back in this fight. And the crowd, of course, starting to get into the fight, too, and they are very pro-Gomez. Arnett's corner told him he can't stand in the middle of the ring with him.
Let him go. Stop punching.
Eddie threw a lot of punches, which means he spent a lot of energy. Let's see if he pick it up or he try to reserve himself for later.
Well, in fact, there was a discussion in the corner that they thought this was an 8-round fight. It's not. Another good shot. And again, Arnett in trouble.
Let's go. Stop. Here we go.
Gotta love the confidence of Gomez. Arnett is hurt. He's gotta, and it's frustrating. I mean, to think your way through things when you're hurt and you're trying to survive, and yet still have to find a way to win rounds. It's a difficult position to be in. Arnett's staying with a very good poker face, but he's feeling these shots.
No question. It's a cumulative effect, too.
But let's not underestimate Arnett right now, because, you know, a fighter that is desperate to the point where he almost was knocked out is always dangerous.
Good job.
No knockdown there, of course. Midway through round 8.
Watch that. All right.
Both hitters
Just gotta break there quicker. I mean, both guys are holding one arm and hitting with the other hand. Gotta get in there and break them up quicker.
I like this referee. He let them try to fight their way out. They didn't fight their way out. He came in. Eddie Gomez just threw a wide left hook, one shot, but he got there.
I don't see right now that Gomez has lost anything.
Oh,
Good
nice.
right hand, counter right hand. That's what Arnett's been looking for.
The shoulder roll.
And another right hand by
shoulder
Arnett.
roll. He's rolling with the shoulder and he's coming back with the right hand.
Right
That
here's
looked
a
like
dead-
a Floyd Mayweather type of move. And he was sparring with Floyd Mayweather. He mentioned in the fighters, meeting.
There it is again, but he's got to follow up.
Another right hand.
He's got to follow up. This is the dead spot. Gomez is smiling, but Arnett shot off some sharp counters. Right here is where he's got a chance in this lull. Right here, this is a lull where he can take advantage and pick up some momentum here in the round. He's got Gomez slightly doubting himself just for the moment. Not for the fight, but just for the moment.
No, it was the best moment that Arnett
So
has had in several rounds.
it's a spot in a round that you can pick up the pace because you're causing just a little bit of doubt for that 1 second.
Paulie, do you see what Arnett is doing, though? You see the position of his body. You see how he's trying to get a half a side, a half a body to make that right hand come straight down the middle.
Absolutely, and roll right off.
Coming to the end of the 8th round, and the best round in a long time for Daquan Arnett. Two guys very serious about getting things headed in the right direction. Meantime, we come to round 9 in Arnett's corner. Between rounds, they said, you've got to knock him out.
Yeah, now at this point, you're at that point in the fight where now you got to kind of stand in there and take your chances.
He did have a couple of moments in the last round.
Eddie Gomez is in control, but they both still hold each other. The referee's going to let them work their way out of that. And that's what good referees do. They let you work your way out of it.
Arnett missed the right hand, didn't miss the second one.
Watch that open fist. Watch that.
Right hand to the body by Gomez.
Eddie's demeanor just seems, I'm stronger, I'm quicker, I hurt you before, I'm gonna hurt you again. He just seemed not to have that much respect for Arnett.
There's just not as much snap on Arnett's punches anymore. You know, he's still got that speed, he's still alert, but he's just not as snappy with his offense as he was earlier.
I like to see Arnett throw more than one punch. Change it up. You know,
Yeah.
he's been too predictable.
He has to. What do you think, X? You think he's lost the confidence to do that now?
I think he lost it 2 rounds ago, but I think that there's always a chance where he gets some good punches in and he get it back.
He's got to summon that up.
But he better get it back quick.
Long right hand by Gomez.
You see how fast Gomez can cut the distance just like that. It'll go from a slow touch pace, and all of a sudden he'll kind of explode in.
And again, Arnett just kind of dead in the water here, just not being busy. Missed with that right hand, came to the left of the body.
Both right hands met Denmark. Gomez, Arnett, both do good right hands.
There was a left hand by Arnett.
You know, this is close in fighting, sharpshooting. Good right hand by Arnett. It was a counter right hand. Caught Gomez right on the chin.
Long left hand missed by Gomez. And this, again, a very close round as we come to the end of the 9th round. 3 minutes of boxing remaining in our co-main event. Don't go away. We're coming back. 10th and final round, and they touch gloves, and you would have to think Arnett would need to stop Gomez in this round, or at the very least have a huge round. Came with a left hand to the body, left hand to the head. Gomez's corner, they said, just don't get in trouble.
Gomez is throwing that right hook outside the left hand of Arnett, and is reaching his mark, because if anything, he's hitting Arnett on the side of the ear.
This round being fought in close quarters, head to head.
Well, Arnett seems right now, I mean, look, he might just go out and just let his hands go and see if he can get, like he just did just now, just get some punches in. Maybe he gets some results out of it, but you don't have anything to lose. I think he's behind. So just let his hands go and see if he can make something happen.
Quick right, a left hand rather by Gomez.
Let him go. Get on his head, get on his head.
Come.
Again, you still see there's just more steam on Gomez's shots even in this last round.
Past the midway point of this final round, the crowd booing a little bit. There's not been a lot of action in this final round. You would think Arnett, above all, has got to just let everything go here.
I'm just not sure he has the energy left.
Yeah, but as soon as you heard boos, you see a counter right hook by Gomez,
yeah,
and they start heating it up.
Sometimes the crowd will push you, right?
The right hook seemed to be the one working for Eddie Gomez. A good straight to the kidneys just now.
Yeah.
Another stiff jab to the midsection. I mean, Eddie Gomez is throwing and placing the shot very correctly.
He's fought a very good fight here against a very good fighter.
Undefeated fighter.
Yeah.
You know,
Both of these guys got to be given credit. Both of these guys showing some high-level boxing here.
And of course, it's interesting. Both these guys said, I'm not going to leave this in the hands of the judges, and yet, guess what?
That's a credit to both guys, though.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, they actually said it, but they actually went out there and tried to make it
Absolutely.
come to pass. So
Absolutely.
This is a testimony to how they, how they feel and how they train and what they want to do.
Final 20 seconds to this fight, and the crowd cheering, and it's all for the hometown guy, Eddie Gomez. Final 10 seconds.
Both guys going to learn from this fight. The winner and the loser is going to learn from this fight because it's for the good fight.
And it is over.
Good job.
So two guys, I think we're both going to hear from both of them again. And it is, of course, in the hands of the judges. In my mind, rather conclusive victory for Eddie Gomez. But then we welcome you back. So it is in the hands of the judges now, and we're going to find out who won this fight between Eddie Gomez and Daquan Arnett. On my card, I have Gomez winning the fight by a pretty decided margin. I had it 97-91. Let's take a look at tonight's CompuBox stats. They're brought to you by THRUdownfantasy.com. Draft fighters, track stats, and win. And you can see Gomez landing 154 punches, 37% connect rate. He actually threw a couple punches less than Gomez, but he was far sharper, or than Arnett, I should say, but he was far sharper than Daquan Arnett was. So we'll see what the judges see how they saw it. And for that, we take it to the center of the ring, and the ring announcer, David Diamante. David?
Ladies and gentlemen, after 10 rounds of action, we go to the judges' score totals. Tony Paolillo, 98-91. Both Don Trella and Waleska Rodan, 97-92. All three for your winner by unanimous decision. And still undefeated, from the Bronx, New York, El Niño de Honduras, Eddie Gomez.
Eddie Gomez is the winner, and Paulie, I thought a well-earned win.
Well-earned win. He beat a very good fighter tonight. This will move him on to bigger and better things.